Now is the time of year when you're hearing a lot of people talk about the flu shot, whether they're getting it, whether they're not. It also prompts a lot of discussions. So we're going to talk about it. I'd like to welcome Dr. Camille Johnson with Virginia Mason.
Thanks so much for having me.
We have quite a bit to get to. So first of all, this year's vaccine, what can you tell us about it?
So for most adults, it's going to be a one-time shot, and it helps prevent the flu. The flu last year killed 80,000 people, over 80,000 people. And so I highly recommend it for everyone 6 months older. There's very few people who can't get it. Like people who have had a severe allergy to it in the past shouldn't get it. And then you should talk to your doctor if you've had an egg allergy, a reaction called Guillain-Barré syndrome, or if you're feeling kind of ill, then you should also talk to your doctor before you get it. Okay,
and I also know that the mist is available this year. What is the difference between the shot and the mist?
So the mist is a live virus that's just cannot give you the flu, but helps your immune system figure out how to fight the flu. It's available for a narrower age range, so 2 to 49 years old. And it can cause a little bit more side effects, like a little bit more sore throat or headache, maybe some nausea. And it shouldn't be given to people who have certain health conditions, who have a weakened immune system, and people who are pregnant should not get it.
Okay. So I posted this online last night and asked people, do you get the shot, do you not, and kind of explain why. And I want to talk to you about misconceptions about the flu shot, because half of the answers said, yes, I get it every year and here's why, and about half the people said no, and most of the reasons were, one, I never get the flu, so I'm not going to get the shot, and two, when I have gotten the shot, I've gotten sick. So can you clear up what at least the large part of the medical community believes about that?
Absolutely, and those are really good questions, really common questions. The flu shot can give you a really low fever for like a day, maybe some muscle aches, some soreness at the spot, but it cannot give you the flu. As for the response of people have never gotten the flu, it only takes once, and the flu not only makes you really sick for a few weeks, it can be really deadly for older people and for kids. And even after you recover from the flu, people can feel really awful really fatigued for even a few weeks afterwards. So, just getting it once can be really terrible.
I have read that there are risks with any shot or any vaccine, but they're rare. Can you talk about the risks with the flu vaccine?
So when we think of the flu vaccine risks, one of the things that you always hear about is something called Guillain-Barré syndrome. And what is that? So what that is that it's a nerve disease. It happens in about 1 in a million people. And so keep in mind if several, like 5 to 10 million people get the flu, we're talking 5 to 10 people might get that, and versus 80,000 people who died of the flu last year. But it's still a concern, and what that would feel like is weakness in the feet, and from a doctor's perspective, I would consider that exceedingly rare, something that you want to be aware of, but that the flu is so much more likely.
Okay, and we just have a couple seconds. I had considered getting the flu shot live on the air, but I didn't want it to distract from the important information that you had, so I got it right before our newscast here at 4. In my left arm, we had Karen, who's in studio, administer the shot for me. Can you talk briefly, with just a couple seconds left, about people who have anxiety about getting shots and some things we can do to take our mind off of it? And I will say it was easy and painless and quick.
Well, so you should know that we use an extremely small, the reason it's painless because it's an extremely small needle, but needles can be scary. I totally empathize with that. Taking deep breaths really activates your kind of inner calming system. So deep breaths, and then maybe chatting about something, distracting yourself. I think we were chatting when you got it, and then it was over before you knew it.
Yep, and I don't love shots, but I did it because I know that it's important, and I do it with my kids and myself every year. So Dr. Johnson, thank you for sharing this information.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is an important topic, and if you have questions, I encourage you to talk to your own doctor about the allergies, about the risks. And if you would like to see more of our Healthy Living segments, I'm going to post a lot more flu information today. Go to Q13fox.com and search Healthy Living.